One of the most frustrating things about growing older is that we often lose self-defs. As younger men dominate social media, feeds with sculpted abs, less selfies, and their constant drive for fitness and validation, older men are left questioning their worth. Coming of age, older men often accept sometimes too easily that they're no longer attractive, valuable, or even deckable. But the truth, a completely opposite taste, is often more accurate. You see, there is something profoundly reciprocal and magnetic about older men. Something timeless. Older men tend to have something thought no gym membership in by life experience. And with experience comes a deeper, steadier form of confidence. Thoughts rooted in maturity. Maturity is what separates them from the impulsiveness and insecurity found in younger men. Women notice this. They feel it, and more often than not, they admire it. Hammermen, although physically energetic, often come across as emotionally immature or unstable. They chase validation, attention, and approval. Older men, on the other hand, focus more on meaningfulnesses, legacy, stability, wisdom, emotional intelligence, fat shift, and mindset. It's powerful attractive at it. We're diving deep into this fascinating phenomenon and done uncovering how society may haven't excited you into thinking you're no longer attractive in reality, you might just be exactly what a woman truly desires. What makes an older man attractive? To better understand what makes an older man attractive, you need to see the dating world through a woman's eyes. Attraction is rarely just about appearance. It's often about how a man makes her feel. Women are deeply wired with primal needs. One of those is protection. Yes, but not just physical. Emotional protection, financial protection, even spiritual protection. Women want to feel safe, seen, and supported, and older men often offered just that. Now, one of their younger men can apparatrik is because they radiate a fierce drive. That high-octane energy makes them seem like action takers. Men who are going somewhere. This drive sparks intrigue. But there's a trade-off. That same drive can often feel chaotic, unstable, or selfish. Older men, they operate differently. They don't rush into decisions. They observe. They calculate. They know what's worth pursuing and what's not. That deliberate caution. It doesn't scream insecurity. It screams wisdom, unthought patience. Oh, that deep composite patience is a magnet for women's craving emotional stability. So while younger men rush into thigh fire, older men know when to wait it out, when to strike, and most importantly, when to walk away. That level of self-control is rare, and it doesn't gun it as why women find these attractive. Here's where it gets even more interesting. One of the biggest chiefs older men go through is their change in priorities. Younger men often live under the false bill that in to be respected think they must acre themselves to win over a woman, constantly trying to mock a happy impress her, or prove their worth. You told her men they've lived, they've learned, and they no longer chase validation. Instead of putting women on pedestal, they focus on what yields Reclarian spiritual grounding. They've stopped centering fear lives around women. That's exactly what draws women toward. The detachment is powerful. It sends a signal that says, I'm not chasing you, I'm chasing self. And as nature would have it, women are redrawn to what they can't immediate telly have mystery and self-possession. Become my incredibly seductive. Up next, the 7 andiable zings. Now that we've laid foundation, let's talk about the signs. How do I know if a woman's secretly seizing as an attractive older man, even if you don't think so? These next few signs share subtle, powerful, and deeply rooted in human behavior that miss them, and you'll never realize how much power you already hold. Let's begin with sign number 1. Connective eye contact. One of the most powerful Signs that you are attractive is actual. As something as simple and as primal as basic eye contact. You see, we naturalists bad looking at the things. Like, think about the last time you went shopping. You probably stared longer at things that caught your eye, right? The same thing happens in human attraction. When a woman finds you attractive, her eyes will do the talking before her words see her do. She might glance at you from across the room, but she's truly interested. She won't just glance. She'll linger. Even if just for a second. Longer than normal. It's an in-thought moment, a silent message. I sent and noticed you. But here's where right gets fascinating. Women are naturally more reserved with eye contact because ye can feel incredibly intimate. So when Challows herself to look into your eye, you catch her. Not by accident. She may even be the first to break eye contact and glance down. That's not disinterest. That's submission. A subconscious act. Off-sewing vulnerability and a towel. Psychology. This is a universal sign of respect and attraction. Now if she holds your gaze just long enough to draw you in, but then breaks it with a subtle smile or a bashful turn, that's gold. That's desire. Simmering just beneath the surface. And when you speak to her, pay attention. Does she hold eye contact for her fuse cans? Then look away gently. The rhythm of tension and release is soft in her way of saying, I see you, Andy. Want to know more? You spot this, lean in and start a conversation because the next sign often follows right behind it. Sign number 2, the power of as part of the first one. I should also understand the importance of a smile. There's something incredibly dizzying got a genuine smile. Scientists have confirmed that when two people who are attracted to each other lock eyes, a slight smile often follows. Sand when thought happens, dopamine floods the brain. That's the feel-good chemical emotional reward system firing up your body's way of saying this feels good, stay here. So if a woman flashes a soft lingering smile in your presence, especially after eye contact, you're the reason her brain slid up. You might also notice some smithing, even more revealing. Shaw low at your jokes. Yes, even the ones that aren't funny. Why? Because when we're interested in someone, we invest our attention. We give them the benefit. We want to show super Tevin subconsciously. And here's the key. Laughs. Things you say morons do, or it gives you that glimmering her eye when you talk. You're probably already living Grant Tree and Herman. She doesn't just hear your words, she feels them. Because she were not just some guy. You've become something worth fusing on. If you're no Tony for humor, no problem. Comp hero engage. Shays in conversations with you versus ethers. She gives you more yadinin, more questions, more emotional energy. She's attracted. Period. Women rarely cite outright. They prefer subtle layered signs, and attention is one of the strongest sign. The Morka 3a. 10 Shanto detail. One of the most powerful signs of attraction from women is also one of the to overlook detail. You might be surprised at it how much she remembers mole things. Things you may not even remember saying. Maybe you casually mentioned a childhood vacation spot or a favorite drink. And 2 weeks later, she brings it up in a completely unrelated conversion. That's not a coincidence. When a woman likes you, her mind starts to organize a data about you. She starts remembering what you like, dislike, dream about, or worry over. It's like her brain is building a map of who you are, where you ever been, and what matters to you. That kind of mental bond with isn't spent on just anyone. She may even test your consistency, bringing up something you said before, not to trap you, but to see if your words match your character. And if she starts giving you advice, don't brush it off. That means she's emotionally invested. She's not trying to control your life. She's trying to improve it with you in it. She wants you to succeed. Oh, thrive. That's more than Attraction. That's care. Compare this to Omen Huden like you. They don't remember. Don't ask, don't contribute. They exist in your life without truly entering it. But if she starts involving herself in your stories, remembering things you'll forget and nudging you toward bitter choices, she's not just listening. She's feeling. Sign number. She talks above herself in your future life. One might seem subtle at first, but it's massive. You see, women are incredibly virginity. Their minds aren't just focused on foe. They constantly project and tow the future. A woman starts placing herself in your future event hypothetically. It's a sign she's already thinking of you as more than a passing interest. She might ask you questions about where you see yourself in 5 years or whether you want to travel somewhere she's been dreaming about. But key is this. She frames the questions as if you're already part of same story. It could sound like I'll ever move tough coast or imagine us retiring somewhere quiet. These aren't just daydreams. These are subconscious she's planting. And if she allures to even explore that fantasy out loud, it's because she feels safe and intrigued by what the duo could be. Beckham women don't imagine futures with men they don't care about. But when attraction is present, she weave Yanto her mental love story before you even know it. Sign number 5. You've come a beacon of trust. Yanaf, the biggest challenges in modern relationships is the crumbling foundation. Trust in today's fast-paced-driven world. Genuine trust is rare, especially weaning men and women. You see, most women have been let down, misled, or manipulated by men whose only intention was short-term gratification. And because of this, they've built emotional walls, thick ones. So when a woman begins to trust you, truly trust you, that's no small thing. That's not casual. That's significant. She's not just sharing stories about her day. She's opening a door to her vulnerabilities, her past, her worries, her hopes. God, she might start asking for your opinion, not because she needs answers, but because she values the way you think. Even more interesting, she might ask Sky advice on things she's already figured out, just to hear your perspective, just to feel your presence, seeing her decision and process. That's a subtle test. Batch is observing whether your guided sees as thoughtful, sincere, and rooted in her best interests. If you're simply trying to sound important, when truces you, she may also start confiding in you about conflicts, past traumas, or personal doubts. And if she brings the sis to you, it means chassis you as emotionally grounded and auto carry that weight. She sees you as a safe place in a world full of emotionals. But here's the catch. You must handle this trust with care. Many older men out I desire to help accidentally verts. They begin to show more care for her life than she does for herself. And while that might seem noble, it can backfire. Why? Because women are where to respect men who respect themselves. The moment you sacrifice your peace, your purpose, or your standards to fix your world, you lose your edge. You're grounded. Masculinity becomes distant, and that kills attraction. Date fast. The lesson here: be Heringer, another rescuer sign, while she starts playing games. Now, here's where ebangs get tricky. Just because you're a major focused and driven doesn't mean women will stop testing you. Fact, when a woman is truly attracted to you, she'll likely test you more. Not out of malice, but to confirm her instinct, tattoo her a real deal. This can look like pulling away for no reason, ignoring a message, canceling a plan last minute, or even trying to distract you in. She knows you're busy. Why? She's watching to see if you'll bend, if you'll drop your purpose, if you'll stop building your legacy just to chase her validation. 2. Many men fall for this. The moment she gives them attention, they put their goals on hold. They stop showing up for themselves and start orbiting around her. That's when she starts pulling away. Not Bacchus. She wants someone. Emotional Lionel. But because she wants Simon and Turd, you stay true to our path. Keep your energy focused and allow her emotional swings to SW. That's when she knows different. He's solid. He's thickened of man I can trust with my heart. This dynamic isn't about playing hard target. It's about buying hard to shake. Women fall for men. Hohav. Gravity. And gravity is your mission. Saini Bird 7. She invites you into her personal life. This one is the crown jewel of the list. Women guard their personal lives with deep care. Friends, family, private routines. It's a fortress. And if you're invited DTO that space, it's not because she's being polar. It's because she wants you. You might start getting INV casual hangouts with her friends. She might ask you to join her for dinner with her parents, or she may start texting you about what her best friend said at brunch or venting about familiar drama. What's happening here is simple line degradation. She's trying to weave Yote's fabric of her world. Now pay closet at Nshayan to this transition. Ash lets Sue meet her inner circle. It means she's serious. But remember, these people will judge you. Scan your behavior, your language, your posture, your vibe, and their opinion will mature her more than you know. So, be intentional, be warm, be calm, and most of all stay you. If you win over her social circle, you've not only earned her attraction, but her admiration. Because for a woman to allow you into her personal life, she has to believe your presence will elevate it. That's attraction on the deepest level. Women are complex, but they're no damn possible to understand. If you've been aging in, quietly losing self-confidence, it's time to shift your mindset. Golder doesn't make you less desirable. In many cases, it makes you resistable. Your calm energy, your life wisdom, your emotional steadiness, your grounded presence. These are things younger men can't fake. And women know it. As long as you keep progressing, building, and protecting your energy, the right women will gravitate toward you. Not because you're chasing them, but because you're becoming the kind of men would doesn't need to chase at all. And that, my friend, is the real game next. Hook. But there's one thing that most attractive older men struggle with. Seduction. You've built attraction. Now, what? Watch our next video to unlock the secrets after an attraction into connection and connection into desire.